but it's not there yet. It's working.
Well,
it's
the
working
interwebs are being taxed, I think.
Well, apparently now it says we should be live at this point.
We should be live.
We're going to assume we're live, so hello.
All right. Well, I thought we would come on and talk about our Chakra Crystal Energy Clinician course.
How cool is that?
That's going to be starting up on Thursdays, 2 weeks from now. So you have a little time to think about it. Basically, when I was learning Reiki, I learned a lot about chakras and crystals. And then you can tell we're at home, and damn it's having fun.
Damn it may come bouncing across the table at any point, so please ignore the interruptions if that is the case.
So I learned a lot about chakras and crystals in the Reiki class, but I realized that I really learned nothing compared to what's out there. And in Reiki, I'm very, very careful to stick to our lineage and not taint that with things that I wasn't taught in Reiki. But I've devised this interesting 16-week course. So it's once a week for 16 weeks.
It's a big one.
Goes in great detail over each of the chakras and then over the crystals and how to use them. So we learn little things that kind of help to put a puzzle together. You know, when we're talking about restorative healing work, whether it's with herbs or crystals or breath or meditation or alchemy or astrology, whatever we're doing for restoration and healing, they're all kind of part of a big puzzle that we can start to put back together.
It's like everything's connected to
everything
else.
Is connected. And I always tell people to look at things from a language they already speak. For example, if you knew about the chakras, you could start to understand herbs.
So it's helpful to have like a frame of reference?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm going to go over a lot of different things. So the first 7 classes are about the chakras. So we spend 1 2-hour class on each chakra. And each of those classes come with a guided meditation that you can do throughout the week. So it's not necessarily an attunement like Reiki, but in a way it is. Okay. We really talk about base chakra first, and the guided meditation is how to work through.
Awaken that kind of energy.
And connect to that. So for the first class, we talk about base chakra and all of the components of that, and we talk also about something related to chakras and crystals. So in the first class, we talk about Ida, Pingala, and the Sushumna. And we also talk about Ayurvedic eating. Now,
you lost me there.
Okay. Ayurveda is basically an elemental way of eating, and they talk about your personal dosha and how to restore your body or eat the proper things. It's kind of like an alchemy.
So like food is your medicine?
Food is medicine. So when you look at medicines, whether it be food as medicine or synthetic chemicals as medicine, not that modern medicine is bad, we do need help sometimes, we notice that it comes down to the 4 elements, whether it heats it up like fire, lifts it like air, flushes it out like water, the lymphatic system, or grounds it, centers it. So we learn about how the elements are connected to medicine. And eventually we learn how the crystals are connected to those elements. And that gives us an understanding, right? So if we had a fever, we would want stones that would be cooling, grounding, soothing, flushing. If we had a lot of phlegm and mucus, we would want something to lift that or burn that. So we would, So we learn about things like that. And we learn not to use red crystals if somebody already has a lot of inflammation. You would use the opposite, healing through opposites. Okay, so base chakra is Ida, Pingala, Sushumna, and Ayurvedic eating. Spleen chakra is about the 7 minerals of the body, 7 chakras, 7 minerals, and the 12 salts that are related to the zodiac signs.
I've heard of these.
Yeah.
These salts.
Solar plexus chakra, we go over astral travel, being able to heal the past, or remote view to heal the person. We talk about mana and breathing. In heart chakra, of course, we go over the 7 emotions. And we talk about
7 emotions.
7 emotions. And we talk about your heart versus brain. And again,
Okay.
each of these classes come at the end with a guided meditation. For throat chakra, we talk about the breath of Brahma and pranic breathing and the introduction of the age of Aquarius.
Wow.
The,
Okay.
the out breath and the in breath being an age. Yeah. For third eye, we connect the planets to the chakras. And we start to understand microcosm, macrocosm, right? For example, we've all seen a lot of high priestesses with a moon, a crescent moon on their third eye as a crown. And that moon, the symbol for the moon is the crescent, or the vessel that collects the energy from spirit into your place of vision or being able to see it. So we do that for each planet and each chakra, and we make a connection there. And that helps us later on to understand planetary rulerships. And once you understand planetary rulerships, then, the key is there. The code is broken open.
You think?
I do.
All right then.
All right. For crown chakra, we also talk about soul star and earth star chakras. And we bring in the Awen, middle pillar, and it's a really cool class, that one. Then we start to get into the crystals. So there are 65 beautiful crystals included in this class.
Wow.
Yeah, you get 7 full-size beautiful crystals that I hand-pick for each person. 7 crystals for each chakra.
Wow.
So that's 49 crystals. And then you get 16 clear quartz points, because one of the classes we talk about how to make mandalas or
Because
grid.
quartz is like your
Conductor.
focusing. Kind of.
Yeah.
I know
absolutely.
a bit about quartz. I know enough to be dangerous. Actually.
Well, you know that it oscillates.
Yes, 2 to the power of 13, isn't it?
Yeah. This is a beautiful window, this one. I don't know if you can see the window on there.
Wow.
So class number 8, we spend just on clear quartz, and you'll get 16 points, and you'll learn how to identify the different faces and facets and uses of clear quartz, because some are record keepers, some have windows, some have rainbows, some have different features, ices,
This is
faces. That has a
beautiful.
beautiful window in
I'm
it.
looking at it now.
Yeah.
I should have been able to. It's unfortunately we don't have another camera for me to be able to zoom in and show you this.
Right,
This is kind of cool.
but we go over everybody's clear
cool is
quartz,
that?
and then you have a week to, actually you have 7 more weeks to kind of identify their attributes. For base chakra, we talk about we are stardust, and we talk all about minerals and the Earth's formation. And again, when we look at the Earth itself, it's made up of the 4 elements, right? We have atmosphere,
Yeah.
ocean,
Yeah.
the Earth's ground, and magma.
Ah, yeah, the core.
So it's the little things like that I talk about. And when we're talking about crystals, we go into the elemental chart. So we talk about the elements and minerals within crystals. And did anybody ever notice in earth science class that the chart of the elements was done in rainbow colors?
Interesting.
Yeah, I've uncovered an awful lot of stuff that's going to be covered in this course. So spleen chakra, again, we would go over 7 crystals for spleen and go in detail over those 7 crystals. But we also talk about healing through alchemy, and we talk a little bit about medical astrology, and we talk about magical astrology in that class. When we get to solar plexus, we go more into the medical astrology, astrological rulerships, and how those rulerships correspond to different dis-eases. And we talk about the 4 elements and the humors.
Oh, that's like
medical astrology.
I've heard of the Badyoma. It's
it's very much
in
connected
Nun's Priest's Tale,
to
alchemy, and all
alchemy,
that kind of stuff. The Badyomas.
And then when we go to throat chakra, again, you'll get 7 crystals that work for throat chakra, but we'll also talk about color therapy and color healing. So we talk about the layers of color and how different colors affect us, and how we can connect even to the days of the week through color.
Wow.
For power.
So by the way, I misspoke. It's actually 2 to the power of 15, not 2 to the power of 13. That was just bothering me there. I don't know why
2 to the power of 15.
Yeah, which is 32,768. Yeah,
there you go.
Which is 1 with 15 zeros.
And we know that quartz crystal runs a watch.
It does, because
So
that's why it
that
oscillates.
oscillation is
accurate. You can set a watch by it quite. And did you know it's also piezoelectric? If you compress it and release that force, it generates electrical current. Did you know you can wrap a piece of copper wire around a quartz crystal and shove some earphones on it? You've got a radio. It will actually pick that up.
Oh, don't tell people that.
Oh, it's wild.
Put that down.
I'm sorry, I love quartz. It's amazing stuff.
When we get to third eye, again, you get 7 more crystals, and we talk about mandalas, sacred geometry, grids, and how to do work like that for each person that comes to you as a client or for yourself.
Stop touching your third eye. You'll drift off.
And no, it's when I touch my crown that I'm gone.
Okay.
And then when we get to crown chakra, we actually talk about making crystal prescriptions, and we show you how to do that, and a laying on of stones.
Not too many, though.
And then for the last class, there's a practical, and if we are doing it on Zoom, we will go through some things as like a practical, but you'll be doing it at your house. And
you
we'll
might
be doing
need
it
a
in our
teddy
place.
bear.
And then we will have a written exam if you can't attend the practical. So there are 16 classes. It's a $50 deposit and $40 a week. The booklet, I think, is around 400 pages that you would get by the end.
It's a chuffing great
Well,
big tome. I had the pleasure of putting this together for you.
It's a book
massive.
I'm going to probably get published. Let's cross our fingers and hope that it's accepted, which will be like the alchemy of crystals. Anyway, so 65 crystals that are full-size crystals are probably a little over $300 worth of what you're paying for in the course. Plus you get the 300 or 400 pages. I think it's about 300 pages. It's 325 pages.
It's a lot.
300 pages of instruction.
It's nearly a ream of
plus
paper.
The lectures, plus the guided meditations. So understand that the total course costs $650, but you pay as you go. It's $50 deposit for me to be able to get some of the supplies going. And then you would pay $40 a week for the 16 weeks. It's a big commitment, but then you get a certification through the Church of the Eternal Circle that you are a certified chakra crystal energy therapist. You will have your wonderful crystals to work with and all of this information. And I am still allowing enrollment because things kind of got
weird.
A little weird with what's going on in the world.
Yeah.
But what a wonderful time to learn how to take the energy of these crystals and work on some healing for mind, body, spirit. Mm-hmm. So if you still have an income and you would like to join us, you can go online and sign up.
Yep.
You can buy the subscription to the Chakra Crystal Energy Clinician course, or you could give us a call. 845-255-5756, or you could answer an email that you might get, or any way that you'd like to let us know by next Thursday, this coming Thursday, because the course starts...
Just under a week then, yeah?
Yeah, the course starts on the 16th, so if you could let us know by the week before, that would be great. Oh, thank you, Siri.
She found that on the web, apparently. That's good to know.
All right. So thank you all for listening, and we hope to hear from you soon, and we really hope that everyone is safe and
doing well. Just do the best you can.
Staying in a positive mindset.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
So we'll come at you again with some other cool stuff, and we'll do another walk around of the store because the store is quite lonely.
I know, it misses you.
And thank you all very much. Blessed be.
Thank you so much for joining us. We'll say ta-ra for now.